Hey, Jessie Krebs here, founder and head instructor for Owl Skills, where we make wilder women. Glad you could join me. I've selected a few bits and pieces from my classes that you can absorb and take with you out into the wilderness, so let's go play. Let's see how to use an orienteering compass. These are the most popular type out on the market today. There are 3 basic arrows on this compass that I'm most interested in, along with a few other pieces of nomenclature that are important. First is my direction of travel arrow. This is usually on the base plate of the compass, and it's always going to be pointed away from me when I hold the compass. So it's easy to figure out where that is because sometimes it's not as well defined. It'll always be opposite the lanyard. So this is my direction of travel. It should always be pointing away from me unless I like to walk backwards through the woods. Not my preference. If we come down from that direction of travel arrow directly in line with it and over top or inside somehow of our bezel ring, this one is really difficult to see unless I move the bezel ring. There's a thin white line right there called my stationary index line. So you can see that best when I wiggle this a little bit, that thin white line right there. So that stationary index line is where we're going to put our heading or whatever direction we want to go. Then our second arrow that we have in here is this one that's on the base of the bezel ring. So notice when I spin that bezel ring, there's the outline of an arrow that shows. So that's red on this side, black on this side, and no matter which way I spin the bezel, it's always pointing towards the N on the bezel ring. So that's another arrow to be aware of. A third arrow is this one that floats around in here. So this is red on one side, black on the other. And this one you may notice no matter which way I spin the compass, we call this one Red Fred, and he's always going to be drawn towards magnetic north or aligning himself with the magnetic field of the planet. So these are our 3 arrows: direction of travel arrow, our red outline of an arrow, which is often called the shed, and then we have Red Fred. These 3 in combination really help us figure out where we're going when we're using this orienteering compass. So let's say in this example, I want to go west. To do that, I'm going to spin the bezel ring until W is over top of the stationary index line. Once it's there, you'll notice that the shed, the outline of the arrow, is pointing off to my right. So I'm going to turn my compass and preferably my whole body, swing that around until Red Fred is neatly outlined by the shed. As soon as that happens, my direction of travel arrow is now pointing west, which makes sense. If I'm facing west, north is going to be on my right. An easy way to remember what your directions are is to think of never eat soggy waffles. Always going clockwise. So if you're facing north, east is on your right, south is behind you, west is on your left. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good things you can take with you out to the wilderness. If you'd like to come to in-person classes, come join me at Owl Skills, owlskills.com, or you can check me out on Masterclass. And if you're looking for something a little more just entertainment, sitting on the couch eating some popcorn kind of thing, I'll see you on season 9 of Alone. Go play.